This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. We're going to begin this evening with a subject that sooner or later recurs to millions of people who use cell phones. Are they safe? Can you get cancer from a cell phone because it's so close to your head?
Do cell phones cause brain cancer? Tonight, News 7's I-Team has learned of 2 more cases.
There are at least 6 studies showing that cell phone radiation damages the DNA.
Unfortunately, my suspicion is that it's going to be 5 years to 10 years before we have a definitive answer. And unfortunately, as you showed at the beginning of the show, there's 1 billion people that will be using cell phones, and they will be using cell phones over many years. We don't know that will necessarily be a safe practice.
There are always 2 sides to every story, but if the question is, do I believe that mobile phones can cause brain cancer, the answer is yes, I do.
I know I'm facing death for the rest of my life every month of the year, because they say there is no cure for this type of cancer that I have.
Mate, there's no doubt about mine. I know what killed me.
John, you're saying what killed you as if you're already dead.
Yeah, well, I am dead, aren't I? I'm a dead man walking, really, aren't I? When you think about it.
On the average, I use it about 4 hours a day. I've got to probably say about at least 4 hours as well.
I have been incredibly worried, concerned, depressed at the number of kids that I'm seeing that are coming in with brain tumours, malignant brain tumours. Just in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've seen probably half a dozen.
I don't want my children to use them because I think I know a little bit too much. And I know that children are probably more susceptible.
You had mentioned children. What are the considerations with respect to an additional potential risk for children using cell phones?
Children have a configuration of their skull that does allow penetration of cell phone radiation deeper.
Are you saying there's a potentially greater risk?
I'm saying there potentially is a greater risk.
Long-term use of mobile phones is associated with a doubling of the risk of being diagnosed with certain brain tumours.
You're saying that if you use a mobile phone over an extended period,
right, over 10 years,
you double your risk of developing a brain tumour.
That's what the data that we've analysed, that's what it shows.
There are an estimated 270 million cell phone users in the United States, about 4 billion worldwide. I would venture to guess that almost everyone in this room uses a cell phone on a regular basis.
What if we're right? Then if we're right, we're going to see a huge increase in brain tumours and brain cancer in the next decade or so.
I'm reminded of this nation's experience with cigarettes. Decades passed between the first warnings about smoking tobacco and the final definitive conclusion that cigarettes cause lung cancer. If more people had heeded those early warnings, or if we could have established the link between tobacco and cancer more quickly, many lives would have been saved.